IPO comprises entire public offer for sale for promoter Tenneco Marasius Holdings with no fresh issue component. My colleague Sajid Mangat caught up with the management. Let's go across and listen in.
We're very excited about this IPO. Our Tenneco parent, we're a $17 billion multinational company. We're a tier 1 auto supplier. Our customers are all the automotive OEMs across passenger vehicles, commercial truck, off-highway. When you think of Tenneco, you need to think of R&D and technology. Okay, we're basically a technology company, and that's our biggest differentiator. We have access to 5,000 patents and 7,500 plus trademarks. So you can imagine, right, sitting here in India, having access to patents across US, Europe, and even Tenneco China is quite a bonanza for us. So that's our #1 differentiator. We're also a house of brands. You might have heard of Champion spark plugs. You might have heard of Monroe suspension. These are pretty well known in the auto industry. Our parent is pretty large, right? $70 billion, 180 manufacturing plants across 30 countries, 40 tech centers, and serving over 100 customers. So our parentage is very strong. In India, we are much smaller. Obviously, we are about 4,400 crores. We've been in India 40 years. We have 119 customers. Our market shares are very strong. We are somewhere between 40 to 60% in terms of market shares across. For example, we always say that 1 in 2 passenger vehicles has a Tenneco shock absorber, and 2 out of 3 commercial trucks has a Tenneco clean air system. And even in off-highway, we're pretty strong. Our top 10 customers are relationships, Indian OEMs, for example, Indian and, let's say, overseas OEMs based in India. Our relationships go back 20 plus years. So we're very strong from a market standpoint. We resonate very well with our customers, and we're very excited to be here for the IPO.
What brings you to the primary markets, given the fact that you have a strong profitability track record and you're a subsidiary of the US company?
Yeah, so this right now, this IPO is an OFS, right? And it's not a primary. What it does right now is it gives us currency to tap into capital markets for the future. We want the optionality because we have now reached a point of scale and profitability. And as you rightly said, for 4,400 crores, our profitability is pretty decent. Yeah, 18.6% EBITDA, 12.6% PAT, and an RoCE of 57%, which is a pretty amazing number, right? So from here, we see a lot of tailwinds, and I think the growth is going to be pretty substantial for us, and we are very excited about that. So this OFS just creates that optionality to reach out to capital markets if and when we need it in the future.
You operate in the Indian market, and you gave us a market share that you hold in various segments there within the passenger car and the commercial vehicles. How do you look at India from a point of view of growth here, given the fact that we've seen hyper competition in this market there, and also the fact that there are multiple players here? Means if you look at your own segment, there are multiple Indian players who are available in the same segment, providing the same material and product.
Yeah, so you have to remember that our OEM customers, what do they want, right? What do they need? They need technology, right? They want the latest and greatest technology, but they just don't want it as such, right? They want it to be 30% more affordable, for example. They want to take weight out of the product so they can get a CO2 benefit. They want the product to respect the packaging environment. And most importantly, they want the product to be launched in a record time. Gone are those days of 36 or even 24-month validation cycles. They want something from drawing to production in 6 to 9 months. And because we are directly tethered, right? Tenneco India is directly tethered to the parent group. Those patents I talked about, 5,000 patents, can be very quickly brought into India and applicated, if I can use the word, into the Indian environment. And that, because of the strength of our local applications engineering team, makes it a win-win, right? Access to the patent, bringing that patent into India rather quickly, We also have state-of-the-art tech centers in India here itself. So yes, there are always competitors, but every time technology and complexity and time to market and space and affordability, all these come together, we believe we are one of the very few suppliers that can resonate on all these value attributes from our customers.
So do you have a long-term supply agreement with many of the OEMs in the market?
Yeah, we do. And again, it depends on the customer. So they range from 1 year to several years. So typically, auto agreements are, they're program life based, right? And these programs range from 5 to 7 years. See, we are a very long sell cycle kind of business, right? So if you want to look at our company, you have to kind of zoom out 5 years and look at it over a longer period of time. And that's what we offer. We offer stability and stable growth. Just our products, right? The validation and homologation of our products itself takes, sometimes a couple of years, especially for new technologies. And therefore, because we've been with our customers, like I said, the top 10 customers, 20 plus years, we've been in India 40 years, and because we bring technology to our Indian OEMs, and Indian OEMs are really excited about having those new technologies, that helps our resonance with our Indian customers.
That is the word coming in from the management of Tenneco Green Air. Remember, it's a 3,600 crore IPO and it will open for subscription on the 12th of November. But on that note,